Alright guys, so the tattoo tutorial, calming it down a bit. I went in quite hard in that original one. So tattoo tutorials I'm going to do separately now, separate videos, because they take longer. The format's a bit different as well. So I thought to keep the normal video snappy and then do the tattoo separately. So we got shapes number 9 for Eddie Hall under his eyelid. We've got another shapes 9 on the other side. So you make a copy, chuck it on the other side. And then we've got shapes 181, which is going to give him this sort of vertical line looking thing on the inside. And then we've got another one over here. Where is it gone? Shapes 181. Yep, something like that. And what you got to do as well is basically just rotate it in. Once you've rotated it in, then you should be good to go. Next up, we have shapes number 9, which are for the eyebrows. Looks like this. And it just thickens the eyebrows up. Obviously, you can use Mythos font or a different one if you want. But Alvin Jar's done it this way. And looks great, to be honest. Next up, we've got shapes 1, 2, 3, which go under just above the chin. On top of that, make a copy in shapes 118, which is like this. Next up, we got is old school number 6, which sits on top of that one. And fade it in. Press left on the D-pad, and that's going to fade it in and it gives it like a lighter look to it. I guess it's more like a brown. Next up, we got Clever font number 9 for the chest. And then rotate it around and make sure you press left on the D-pad to fade it in as well. The Clairvaux fonts, another one over here, one down there, another one here. So then they're basically mirrors of each other. And yeah, you can rotate things using R2, L2. You can use square and triangle to flip them as well. So that's all good. Next up, we've got Celtic Tribal. So these are a bit more complicated. These are on the back. And we've got one. This bit's easy enough, right? You just square, triangle, basically square to flip it, and then left on the D-pad. These bits on the shoulder are a little bit more complicated. So it's been, if I rotate it back round, as you can see, it's this shape, and then L2 to rotate it, and then make it slightly longer as well, so it reaches kind of down his chest, but not that far. Hang on. Let me just get mine right. You know what? Yeah, there is. Something like that. Make a copy. I mean, I could improve that, to be honest, but yeah. Obviously Alan Giles was better than mine. He's the one who did the original tattoos. Always kind of more difficult when you're making the tattoos again. Tribal 19, but yeah, what you got to do is make sure that there's symmetry between them. That's the important thing. So I'm going to make some symmetry there. You can make a copy by pressing left stick in to get it across there. Next up, we got, oh, my eyes itchy, man. Irezumi number 3, which is, where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Okay, yeah. We've got this thing on the back here. We got a shapes number 9. Underneath that, got another shapes number 9, and it's the flip it. And then next up, portraits number 4, which sits underneath. We got this Fantasy 13, which sits just on top. And let me know, guys, if you have any troubles with these, just drop a comment below and I'll try and help you out. Next up, we've got Irezumi number 1, which it looks like a hand when you scale it down using the L1 and right stick. And then on top of that, we're going to put this miscellaneous 16 sword. And yeah, that's it for the body ones. For the arm ones, arms are relatively straightforward. Angels and Demons 13. Just rotate it around, like flip it by using square, using L1 right stick to skew it, make a copy, and just flip it. And then for the wrist, we've got Angels and Demons 8. And these ones sit underneath those 2 layers. So your very bottom layers are Angels 8. And your top layers, you can move layers around by pressing square. The top layers are these other ones. And then just do the same thing on the other side. Angels, Demons 13. I mean, maybe it's easier to start with the bottom. Angels, Demons 8. Angels, Demons 8. And then, yeah, the other 2 on top of that. And I think that's it for him, man. Rest of it should be straightforward.